Hi there!
Hello!
We're back with another installment of Top 3 series, and today we're talking about worker placement games. As always, we have our friends who have sent their favorites and comments about their games.
More this time?
More. 7 for a total. Last time it was only 3 people there. But before we start with our top 3, I wanted to talk about the worker placement as a whole. How I chose my games and what I think about this mechanic as a whole. I like this mechanic a lot, and how I chose the game. I chose the games where, of course, the worker placement is the main mechanic, where you can call a game a worker placement game. That's the legal game for this list, for me at least. There are some games where are mixed mechanics as well, but the worker placement part is so essential that I feel it's like a worker placement game. So you will see that.
Yeah, well, I added, for me it was important that the worker placement mechanic would be important there. It doesn't have to be main or the only, but it has to be important and like well recognized.
Yeah. So you can call a worker placement game almost any game, I think.
Not really.
I mean, like there are lots of, for example, dice placement games that are similar to that worker placement mechanic, and now you need to get straight with that. Where's the dice placement? Where's the worker placement? But
yeah,
it's all mixing up that much that it's so difficult to draw the line between some games. But we managed to do our lists, and let's go. And your number 3?
Can I start with number 4?
Number 4?
Well, I have 4
honorable
games.
mention. You can. Let's talk about honorable mentions. All right.
Okay. Well, actually, we'll try to make it top 3, but I really had to put one more game.
All right.
So my honorable mention or number 4 is Dungeon Pets.
All right.
It's really colorful. It's really thematic. It's I wouldn't say it's complicated game, like complex game, sorry, but it's hard. It's hard to win there, and the things make sense there. They are so logically like built and with such a neat humor. I could not mention it. And there's so many spots to put the workers, to put your minions.
Minions. Whatever.
They were not minions. There was something else. Imps.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really great game. I really like everything in that game.
It's quite heavy. It has a lot of theme. It has a cute theme, cute artwork as well. The thing about this one, it might feel a bit fiddly, and it's quite puzzly in the way of Euro game, not in the way of the cooperative game puzzly. It's like in, for example, in Trickerion, where you need to do that thing to get to that thing, and then like a chain reaction to get to the other things. And in Dungeon Pets it's almost the same. That's why I would even mention myself, let's say if we do the honorable mentions, I would mention Trickerion, Legends of Illusions.
You don't have to figure out now your honorable mention.
No, but I knew it would be somewhere there. When I made the list, it made my top 3 spots. And today, before recording, I put the other game over there. Because I realized that although I played Trickerion only once, I loved it, definitely. But after playing it one time, I couldn't skip like the other great games that I have played multiple times, and I like very many worker placement games. So it was so hard to not put it on the list, but it was so hard to throw away the other games from the list. So Trickerion would get to my top 3 maybe if I will play it a bit more, a few times more. So let's hope that we will play it. But let's skip that and go to your number 3.
My number 3 is Above and Below.
Right.
In this game, worker placement mechanic is just part of the whole game, of everything else that is in that game. And the reason I really like the game, because it has so much in it. I think you already realize that I like games that have a lot in that. Not just that would have just one. I like the games that are straight line, but they should have more in it. Not just one mechanic, one thing you do, and just few choices. The way you choose where to go, the way you choose what to do with your workers is neat. And I like the aspect that they exhaust, they can get injured, and the way that you have to prepare beds for them. So it's really interesting. It's like a bit different. It's not really unique, but it's really neat. It's really neat and done game.
Yeah, Above and Below could have made my list as well. It was like very near. I like all sorts of games, but with the Above and Below, the main great thing that's like the story element there. Although it's really simple, you just have a really simple text of whatever story. They are quite similar to each other. The choices are very obvious, but it's still great to go to that cave, to explore that cave, to get that story. Somebody reads you the story, you will choose something. It's sort of a not a gimmick. It's I don't know. It's just a good feeling that you get.
I actually thought that these stories would get very samey really soon, but actually it's not. Though they are quite similar, I don't get that same feeling.
I think we need to play it more, then they make it samey, but
they might.
The thing is they're really simple. There's nothing, the choice is really simple as well, so you basically understand what choice you need to do to get something, although there are some surprises as well, but overall this game is really good with great artwork. It has the set collection, it has the story elements, the worker placement.
Yeah, I didn't believe in that game first.
Yes, because I didn't really believe in Ryan Lauka's games that much, but recently we had the City of Iron copy and we replayed City of Iron, and I realized that I like City of Iron. I liked it before, but like it faded off some point, and I wasn't sure about
I like it very much.
Ryan Lauka's game. So after we played Artifact Sync, we played City of Iron, we realized that there are some really good games, and Above and Below is probably my favorite game.
Yeah, it's his best game.
Yeah, we haven't played Ancient World yet, so we'll see how this one goes, and some other games probably. So, yeah, your number 3 was Above and Below, and my number 3. There's no surprise to you.
I don't think there will be any surprise for each other.
Yeah. My number 3 is a game that's based on a theme of atomic war, atomic bombs. I'm building them. It's a Manhattan Project. And I will include this game with the expansion. Without the expansion, it might have fallen off the list. With the expansion, you get some extras that are really cool. You get some these great people or something, historical people that give something unique every turn. You get another aspect, another layer of that. But basically, it's a worker placement where you have different workers, although it doesn't, like, they feel different only in the way that you can go with scientist in that spot, you can go with engineer in that spot, and whatever. But what's cool about this game is you're building your engine. First of all, you need to get more buildings into your tableau, and then you can do lots of actions in your own tableau. But you can go only with one worker to the central board there. So it's really cool. First, you're going like slowly, building up, building up. And then at some point, somebody builds a bomb. Then it's like, whoa, all right, we're high. Somebody has built a bomb. He needs like 20 more points, but it's just one bomb plus loading the bomb, 20 points, done. He can do it on every turn or whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing, like the way it starts so slowly and then it speeds up, then you think that you're doing good, you're doing really well, you're like in 2 rounds you're ready to build your bomb, and in 3 rounds you're ready to win. But you keep forgetting that other people actually speed up as well, and they can build their bomb in this round and then win in 1 round. That happens to me so often that I feel like, oh, I'm doing so well, but
Yeah,
I keep forgetting that I'm not the only one.
Yeah, it's interesting how you get the. Some people may win, like you're not expecting anything from them, and they will win. You know, because they were preparing their mechanism to work at once, and like with the big boost and blow everything up and win. You know, I had played the same strategy as well. I had tried different strategies in this game, and I have won most times that we played.
Yeah, I think so.
I really like this game, and it's just of that engine building aspect that I like a lot in worker placement games, and this one feels unique. I haven't seen any game really, or that gives me a good vibe of like. There's really interesting stylish art, a bit of that theme of building bombs and really building bombs and getting yellow cakes and getting plutonium or uranium. So I really get the feeling of a great game out of this one. It's always fun. Maybe with not the maximum number of players, it was a bit too maybe chaotic probably, but with 3-4 players it's great. And with the expansion it gets even better. You get another bomb, you get another resource, you can do less strike, more strike, so just...
Okay, my number 2 is Manhattan Project. Sorry, I just had to.
All right.
I want to add to the game and I can't. I would say Manhattan Project is one of the purest worker placement games because it is almost only mechanic you have. Almost. Like there's a bit more, but it's such clean design. It's such smart, straightforward worker placement. In like I would say it's and I agree that I like the artwork. It gives to the theme quite a lot, and I like the way they made the workers. These are not meeples. These are not cubes. These are cardboard tokens, but these are thick, and they have a small. I would say they look like a big like Lego people, but still, it's something really cute and really unique. And yeah, I like the choices. The way Ilya mentioned that you have to build the engine, and I like the choices you make. They're almost never simple. Almost never. They take few good things that you can do, but almost always there's something you have to grab right away, or you have to like smartly make your choices so that you would have like the action you want, because you put workers on the places and then you block for others, and then you take them not every payload at the same time, but each like whenever you decide you take all of your pieces back, so you can kind of decide, or you can plan ahead, and you can approximately know when each of player will take the workers back and when you will have that available, so you can prepare for that.
Yeah, what's another cool feature of the game is that you have these neutral workers as well.
Oh yeah.
And
you can hire them.
Yeah, and that's great. Most worker placement games have like you have like 2 workers at the start, and then you will get up to 5 workers at most. There you get a lot more workers. Because what's going on later in the game, when the game is up there, you know, in the mountains, you get that 1 worker here, and then all the workers on your tableau, and you get like, I get yellow cakes here, so I can spend them here to get a worker, so this worker will go here, and it's like also that chain reaction elements in that game, so cool.
Yeah.
So my number 2 is Archipelago.
No surprises there either.
Yeah. So this game is not. Some people may not classify it as a worker placement game. I do, because the main mechanic there is worker placement. You do everything through the worker placement, as not the main mechanic, essential mechanic. So you're putting your worker discs on the sort of a circle of boards, and then you're doing these actions. But there's a lot more. Why I like this game? I'm fine with the theme, colonization. Yeah, I understand, but I'm really fine with the theme. And I love the artwork, all the tiles. It's so beautiful when you get the archipelago explored and everything like that. Also, you have these secret goals as well.
Oh yeah.
Where you like everyone is scoring all the cards that like at the end, but you know the part of the scoring at the end, and you know that part, and you look at the other players, and the other players, for example, he's building a lot of churches, and you think like, right, so he probably has the goal that he needs to build more churches. All right, let me build as well so I can get these points. So
At least some points.
Yeah, at least some points in the second place or something like that. So that's a neat thing there. The other neat thing is
that's like I'll just add to the same. This is one of the things I love in this game most, and especially on these scoring cards, you actually have the game end condition as well.
Yeah.
So the same, like if you have 4 players, you have 4 different game end conditions, and you know only yours. So you only know, like for example, if you get so many like markets overall, then the game is ended. So you know only this one. You can try to prepare, but the game can end quicker if someone else has their end game triggered faster. So you can prepare, but you never know. I like it quite a lot.
Yeah. The other thing is first you're exploring. First everyone is in his own corner. But as the time goes by, you are going at each other resources. Because for example, Alina didn't find any of the resources that she really needs to build a city or whatever she needs to build. So she tries to go to my spots so we can trade, so she can use my resources, for example. Or whenever there's no city, then the tile is whoever wants to go there, You need to build the city to get the ownage, not the ownage, to get control of the tile. I mean, of the spots, of the resources. Whenever you get the city, everybody needs to ask you if they can harvest there. So that's a neat thing. So you need to prepare for things. There's the crisis thing where you need to work together to put away the resources so you won't lose. Because if the natives will outnumber you, then you will all lose at the same time. Doesn't matter. But there is also that traitor cards that might be mixed into these end condition cards, the secret goal cards.
And then you will win if
the traitor wins. Yeah, it's not a traitory based game, but yeah, just like it a lot. And I cannot say enough about this game, but just everything, exploring, having these invention cards. And people who give you really cool special abilities as well, all the resources, all the boosts to your basic actions. Just one of the greatest games
overall.
I have ever played as a Euro game.
I think it's in our both top 10.
Yeah, probably.
Something like that. It's like one of the best games we have ever played.
Yeah, it's heavy Euro. That is interesting.
I would say it's on the heavy side.
On a heavy side, but that's interesting because it's a French school, sort of. Yeah, Christophe Bellinger. So I like it a lot.
Yep. We like French school.
So you're number 1?
My number 1 is, surprise, surprise, Archipelago.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Everything that Ilja told.
Cool.
There is not much for me to add. The only thing that I would add, that like during the play you actually feel like you are growing, like you're colonizing. It's not easy. You have to go somewhere. You have not enough people. Then it's always like a struggle. So it's you're growing, but it's like a really painful and hard work. It's like and it's like what in real life. It's not easy. You don't go and everything's ready. No, you have to work. You have to work hard. You have to find good place. You have to discover. You have to build towns, markets. Yeah. You have to fight off the locals, and
without trading goods, you don't get enough money. Yes. So, but how can you get the goods? You need to harvest them. How you can harvest them? You need to explore. So, I think it's the same.
It gives
with
like
as a video game.
it gives such an amazing feeling. It's such like the whole feeling. So it's like the whole. It's like the perfect. So like everything in some place. You don't need anything additional. Nothing is out there. It's like there are good 4X games that you really feel like it's civilization building game. This one is not really civilization building, but it gives you the same feeling. It
4X
gives
game.
you like the whole feeling.
Yeah, it's a. I called it like a. When I did the review in Estonian, I called it sort of a 4X game. I called it 3X game, where the war was excluded. So the extermination.
And this game actually has the most beautiful hexes ever.
Yeah,
We have it in the wall.
maybe we'll show you.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, so as we got your number one, so my number one is.
Have to look it up.
I don't know why, just reflexes. No, it's the game that I sold at one point. And you know why? Because I got the deluxe version. It's Empires: Age of Discovery. I got the older version, the first edition. That was Age of Empires 3 or something like that, third, something like that. So I fell in love with the old version, but the new version is basically just better quality with the expansion.
Yes,
I haven't
with
played
expansion.
with it. I haven't played with the expansion.
I think Ilya was the most pained, like you can't get the expansion for the whole game. We were not so thrilled
I could
about
get it,
the
but it was like
deluxe.
so expensive to
Yeah,
get
it
it.
was
Over
nonsense.
50 euros for expansion, really? Or total of like 60. I need to pay 60 euros at least to get the expansion, like with shipping and yeah. That's
insane.
Yeah. So I just sold the copy. I got the deluxe version quite cheap. I got it for a really great price, and with selling the old copy.
Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah, we're selling the old copy. I got some money back, and the thing about this one is that when I sold the old one, I knew that I will get the new one. I was like, how can I sell one of the greatest games of all time? For me, it's so hard. It was hard, but yeah, about this game, you have the worker placement, and that's where you have the variable workers, and they have variable powers. That's where workers are really different. You have the merchant who can go and get you money. You have the soldiers who are best at exploring. Captains, sorry. You have the priest who is spreading the religion, and getting more settlers into the field there. So you have the area control. You will basically score lots of points for the area control aspect of the game, where you go to the new lands there. On the other hand, you get a really simple. This side of the board is like a worker placement spots. You get that really simple. You're just gonna send some workers there, or you're gonna generate more workers, or you're gonna buy buildings, or you're gonna explore, discover. With discovering, you can get to new lands, you can get some resources, better majorities in the regions, and it's so neat, it's so well balanced. It's the best worker placement game. And I just cannot say enough about this game as well. So it's just, I don't know how to describe why I love this game. It just goes so smoothly. Everything is great about this game.
Who is the designer?
Glenn Drower. He's the designer. He was Glenn Drower's Empires of Discovery. Yeah, and it's not about lots of plastic miniatures and so on.
But there's tons of plastic miniatures.
The artwork is all right. I'm not really a big fan of the artwork. But all the buildings that give you special abilities, or the workers, these are like, I haven't seen much of that, of using the variable worker powers. I haven't seen that much.
That could be more used. This is like sweet unused feature that could be used more.
Yeah, right now what I see in the worker placement games is that you are sort of representing someone, you have a special power, and that's it. And all your workers are meeples or something like that, but they are all the same. But here, although with the expansion you get variable player powers as well, where you are each nation is with its own power as well. We haven't played it yet, but workers as well are different. So you need to plan what workers you will get, and so when you get workers out to the new land, you cannot use them again, and that's cool. You need to generate or need to.
That's thematic.
Generate more workers. They went to the new land and they have settled there. And they will work there. They will not give you any benefits anymore, except for the majority of the region. And then you need to plan ahead and get more workers. You can get some extra workers from buildings. For example, building would generate you every settler or every merchant each turn. And that's the set collection aspect with the goods as well, where you get money based on your set collection of goods. And the ship as well, that's a wild resource. There are lots of things that you need to manage. It's quite heavy, although for me it's medium, but it's quite heavy how you need to manage all things. And at the end, instead of, I don't remember, sorry, I think with getting the money you will also get the points for your set collection. So you are building your goods collection not only because of the income every turn that you really need to get new buildings and so on, but also to score a lot of points at the end of the game. So just so much strategy in this game, and many tactical decisions as well, because alright, he put the worker there, now if I will not go there he will grab the other good probably, and so I need to go there now, but with what worker? Will I need the captain, really need the captain, but will I sacrifice the merchant? But I need the money, I should send the merchant to new lands so he can get me the money. So just so many combinations. I just love this game, yeah.
Fortunately, not much I can add to it. I played it only once quite long time ago, so I just simply don't remember it.
And you played as a two-player game. That's not the best. Don't play with two players. You can play to understand the mechanics. It's okay.
But it's just okay.
Yeah, for a game which has area control in it, 2 players, nah. At least 3 players, 4 players is great. We haven't played with a bigger group than 4 players, I think. Even I have played with mostly 3, but I have heard that playing with 5 players is same great. There's it plays well with almost any count of numbers, and more players is the other way interesting. Only the 2 players might be not that interesting. So.
Yeah, maybe.
So we have our.
Shall we see what our friends say?
Sorry for talking too much. This video will be very long, but one of the favorite mechanics that we.
Yes, and it's one of these. You would say, pick 3 of your favorite Ameritrash games. Not really possible. So.
Well, 3 your favorite games, yeah.
Something.
I just took my top 10 and looked at my top 10 and just picked something from there because. To be honest, I haven't done my new top 10, but from the previous one, all 3 games that I mentioned are in my top 10 of all time. So that's how much I like all these games. Yeah.
Wow.
I love worker placements as a whole. Alright, so let's go with Kyle first. And Kyle says that his favorite worker placement game is The Voyages of Marco Polo. And he says, the game does worker placement right. There is no early game slog to generate more workers than other players. And there is no true blocking and no feeding your people. Everybody hates feeding people, I don't know why.
Why?
Why?
I don't understand.
Although we haven't played Agricola, so we'll never play it anyway. Well, yeah. Special powers, clever combos, and plenty of travel and trade. This is one of the best Euro games available, and easily the finest worker placement game. Yeah, we looked at this game. It sounds mechanically intriguing, but sometimes you get the block because it's a German euro. And
We like Euros quite a lot, but German Euros
mostly
tend to
boring.
be tryish. While I am fine with try games,
Me
but
too, but
there's something.
the art as well, the
Yeah.
German Euros art is like, I don't know, if you look at the archipelago, if you don't know the game archipelago, look at it, it's a heavy euro that could be German euro.
It's not heavy.
Heavier, on the heavier side, but the thing is that look at this one and do the art as good as in the archipelago. Don't do this.
No,
But it's, yeah, some people like it, yeah, of
Yes,
course.
exactly.
There are different people that. Yeah, let's go next one. Margaret or Maggibot says that her favorite game is Kanban. Kanban has taken a mechanic like worker placement and used it in a truly fresh way. Players merely move one worker back and forth, trying their best to time the things they need, balanced against the neutral player running along the board making trouble. So choices in so few so many choices in so few movements, so elegant. Sorry.
This is the game that I would really love to try, and I believe that when I would try, I would love it. But the reason we don't try is that Ilya won't like it.
Probably.
Ilya is not into.
It's German euro
Yeah.
or some so.
Ilya is
in
not
that
into heavy, dry
Yeah.
worker placements. Well, I'm fine with that, but I'm afraid that what can happen with Panamax, I love the game. I love it so much, but Ilya doesn't want to play with me. So,
It's boring.
I don't know. I want to try Kanban.
Maybe you'll try it
Maybe.
someday. But I think you might not like it as well.
Maybe.
Looking at
But
your
actually
taste
you-
that has
actually-
evolved
maybe.
over the past year,
We'll see.
you might not like it. But whatever. Yeah. Let's go to Jeff. And Jeff says, and he picked two choices because he has the light category of worker placement and medium to heavy.
Wise, really wise actually.
Yeah, for a light category, he chose Lords of Waterdeep. And he says, this is the most accessible game I have played in this genre. I can bring it out and play with non-gamers in 5-10 minutes. In my opinion, the closest to a gateway style worker placement game there is. We had Lords of Waterdeep with the expansion, and we sold it. We sold quite few worker placement. At one point, we understood that like we had too many, and we don't want that many worker placements, so we sold a few.
But we actually like it. We actually liked it quite a lot. The thing for us was that it was not thematic. You didn't feel that they had thieves and wizards or whatever races they are. You felt like the cubes. Like whenever in the game I feel like I'm not using the correct terms, I'm really into that. And I feel like telling, give me 2 purple cubes. Something wrong. This just didn't feel like. You just feel like you're collecting some collections to give them away to score some points to get maybe something else.
Yeah.
But it was really good. I agree with the thing that you can play it with non-gamers and you can really teach them in like super short time.
I will tell you what's the problem, at least in my opinion, with this game. It's a really good game. The thing is, you can be fine with the abstract games, and I think I'm getting fine with some abstract games. Or I mean, for example, Viceroy. I liked Viceroy, and there's no theme at all. You know.
Abstract and themeless.
Okay, let's say theme games that are like we've based it on theme, almost themeless games.
Yeah.
Lots of Waterdeep is almost themeless game, but as for example, Viceroy didn't try to be with a great theme. Viceroy was great as a mechanical game. It didn't try to get to you that vibe of we have the great theme. But Lords of Waterdeep tries to tell you that it has a great theme.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, and it tries to do that theme, sort of tries to do that, you know, and that's where it gets wrong with me.
But the thing is that quite many people actually feel it like as a thematical game and really thematical game. So I start to think it might be up to person, up to taste.
Yeah, of course. So let's go to his medium to heavy choice. It's Lignum. Lignum is by far my favorite thematic worker placement game. I don't believe there are other games that have timber management, logging and lumber production as their theme. The beauty of the game is that its mechanisms that emulate those activities are represented brilliantly and the game flow makes sense. I should know since once upon a time I was a forest ranger. Oh cool, didn't tell us. It gives me a very enjoyable brain burn every time I play it. I've seen Lignum, yeah, it's the same, like German, seems to be dry, not so interesting artwork, you know. That's why we skip them normally. Yeah.
I feel like I want to have a look here at the cover, but yeah, you know, it's gonna appear only in the video.
Yeah. So, I don't know what to say about this game.
Yeah.
Alright. So let's go to Suzanne. You know her by board game breakfasts and board game apps and so on.
Who doesn't know Suzanne?
Yeah. So her favorite worker placement game is Scales. And she says, Scales is a classic and still my favorite worker placement game. Even though it's more than 10 years old now, it still holds up. There are a lot of strategic choices to make between placements and buildings. And elements like passing to make opponents' placements more expensive and using the provost and bailiff to cut opponents off, add a touch of player interaction and take that. Chaos is a game I think all strategy board gamers should try at least once.
We should try. Well, we started playing with Munchkin.
Artwork.
And after that, we went right to the
Ameritrash.
Not the metric. What I want to say was like Cult of the New.
Oh, yeah.
So we kind of, for some reason, skipped all the classical ones. We played few of them afterwards, but yeah, we kind of missed so many classic games. Sorry.
But I tried to go through them. I went through different lists so many times to find some games and some older games as well. I have learned about many games.
We're gonna shock you now. We haven't played Settlers of Catan even.
Yeah. What it is, it's a German Euro. Surprise. Yeah, that's why. Sorry, I just skipped German. There are so many. You can tell me that why you do that, you know, but there are so many games out there. And if I know exactly that I have played several German Euros and I didn't like them, I just don't like the dryness, I don't like the artwork of most of them. If I look at the game like on the shelf as well and I see the artwork like, I don't want to play it, you know. And there are so many others like French Euros that are beautiful and so on. Well, I don't need to play any game in the world anyway, so.
I'm sorry. Especially while we have limited time.
Yeah, we have so limited time. So that we
why
now spend on getting this really long top 3 video done instead of, for example, playing. Chaos. Alright, let's go to the next contributor. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Are they?
I don't know, we're friends. They're just friends.
Yeah.
I don't know when to give them any names. We are friends.
Alright. Friend of the Würfel.
Don't.
Alright, so Clive says that too many to choose from. I'd argue that Battlestar Galactica is a worker placement.
Does anyone say?
Maybe you get some worker placement aspects in the Battlestar Galactica. We haven't played, but he says, that he can even argue about the Battlestar Galactica being a worker placement game. So maybe he has a strong opinion about that. But he says, I'd pick Chaos.
Oh,
Pretty, deep, thematic, and very, very nasty. So, didn't know much about it, so let's just. But thanks to Clive too.
nasty.
Yeah, I hope I
Well,
pronounced.
that makes me already more interested.
All right, but I hope I pronounced his name correctly, and I'm sorry if not.
Please
you can
correct
later
us.
tell me. Yeah. Then the next one is Zoe, and she says that her favorite worker placement game is Raiders of the North Sea. I've seen that trilogy in the Kickstarter. They already have done 2 games, and the third one is in the Kickstarter right now. But I don't know. I just skip them at. I don't know why. Refreshing, not your classic worker placer. Placer? Games forces you to take other players their previous actions. Not all workers are the same. Workers have levels. That's interesting.
Yeah. that's
Workers have
interesting.
levels.
That may be like a bit like Predator, where you have experience,
Yeah.
maybe. But that's a good aspect. That was really great
Maybe.
aspect.
I was thinking about trying the first 2, the first and the second. The third one seemed to be. Not, I don't know if it's a pick up and delivery game.
You mean that-
yeah, in the trilogy of Raiders of the North Sea, then the blah blah of the North Sea and blah blah of the North Sea. I don't remember. But we need to look at this trilogy. Maybe we'll like it.
Yeah, we
I
should
just
look into it.
don't know why it seemed to be. It seemed a bit too dry for me.
If it's North Sea, I'm interested. I am already.
Maybe now I will look at it with the other look. So the last one is Anders, who is in our team. He's writing reviews in Russian. And Anders says, the game I love as a whole would be Viticulture with the expansion. But mechanic-wise, I would name Nations. That's interesting. If he loves viticulture, what he loves about viticulture, if not mechanics.
Yeah, I wonder.
But yes, Nations.
I'll ask him to comment actually.
Yeah. So he says, it is amazing how you can move your workers to get the benefit of something, exploiting it, moving the worker to another place to obtain something even more useful, although losing the bonus of the previous location. Yeah, sort of like hard decisions and so on. We skipped Nations as well. You know, there are some games that we skipped, and at some points, even when I like did the lists for our Essen trip and so on, I always do the lists myself, and or when I try to find games to our wish list, there's the thing. I have a bit of that criteria. For example, I know that we will probably not play games that are on a longer side.
Oh yeah.
We have few of them, and that's the thing. If we already have few of them, and it's so hard to get them to the table, why we need more of them? And for example, Nations is a same. Like it's quite long. I haven't seen that played in like 2 hours. I haven't seen that. Almost every time I see it played in our Estonian community as well, they play it 3-4 hours. Like no, the artwork is ugly. I'm sorry, and it feels
it's
dry as always. As a German Euro, it feels like a German Euro. I have seen it from the. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and I'm sorry for that. If I'm completely wrong, but just. Some games we skip because of some criteria that we have. For example, lots of the co-op games that come out. For example, it's a pure co-op game in a fantasy setting with lots of rules. Skip that. You know, it's a heavy German Euro. Skip that.
It's not like that actually. We actually look into the games. So just that you wouldn't take Ilya wrong. We look into the games, but we actually there's hundreds of games in the market. We have to make some choices.
Essential part of the decision is that the playing time as well. How many players? Is it good with 2 players as well? So there are many. Is the artwork good or?
and we don't have too many options to play the game, to try and play the game before buying. So for us, option is mostly to buy and then try. So this is the reason why we don't try so many games, because we don't want to buy them.
There are some games that we could try.
Yeah, but there are not many of
before, them. Yeah, but these are games that we are not normally interested in trying as well. So. yeah, it's like that. Really, we were in the board gaming camp. So.
Oh yeah.
But we tried in the board gaming camp. We tried our unplayed games because we need to get that list of shame lists out of the way, and we tried a few other games that I was interested in, and most of them I didn't like as much, so we should buy them. But there was one game that we bought.
Yeah.
So these are the choices of our friends. You also heard our choices, and you fell asleep probably already. So.
Well, we're having fun here, so.
Yeah, I hope you're having fun too. At least the two remaining who went to the end. So we'll see you next time, where what we'll be talking about.
We'll try to make it shorter.
Oh yes.
We'll try.
This will be shorter because we will be talking about top 3 filler games.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
Probably.
Yeah.
Not sure.
I think that's gonna be interesting.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be. Looking
no
at
comments anymore.
Yeah.
Will be
So,
comments later. See you next time.
Bye bye.